Godzilla. What did they do to you, man? Godzilla the game? No! I wanted this game to be so good, but it ended up being so freaking terrible! So bad, it made me have to review a video game again. After almost a year of not reviewing a video game, I am back, and I'm telling you right now, Godzilla the game is such a huge disappointment from someone that is a huge fan of the King of the Monsters. Oh man, this game is just a mess. When you boot up Godzilla the game, you are treated with a tutorial, which makes sense. But this is where you already see all the big problems. Mainly two of the big problems of this game. You get the poor controls, which isn't just the button placements on the controller, it's how Godzilla moves, which I will get to in a second. And then the graphics, which are just like 2005, maybe 6, PS3 and Xbox 360 quality. It's just bad. It's early gen of last gen bad. And I played this on PS4. I couldn't even freaking... I don't even know how bad it looks on PS3. It might even just look exactly the same as the PS4. I don't even know. Because what I played on PS4 could run on a PS3 easily. Easily. It might even be able to run on a PS2 or an Xbox original. I'm not even sure. I don't doubt it at all. The environments all look very drab and bland. They all have like a gray look to them, and even the water itself doesn't even look good, which at this point, if you can't make water look good in your game, then you have failed, because so many games, even bad looking games, have done water pretty well. And in this game, water looks terrible. It looks like a sheet of glass. It doesn't move at all. It's terrible. And for a game set in Japan where all you're doing is destroying like generators and crappy looking buildings that look all exactly the same, then you're on an island where you see water everywhere. In the draw distance there's water. Right next to you there's water. In every instance of this game there's water, and it looks terrible. All the buildings look exactly the same. When you destroy them they explode into like 4 or 5 different polygons, and it doesn't feel like you actually destroyed anything. There is no human interaction in this game really whatsoever besides tanks and helicopters. So there's no point where you'll see like buildings on top of a roof or on the ground and you're stepping on them or something, or that even if they're getting hit or something away, you don't see any of that, which you want in a freaking Godzilla game. It's Godzilla. I mean, sure, he's mostly, in most of the movies, he's like the savior of Earth. Okay, I get that. But still, like, you're destroying tanks and helicopters. What's the difference? You're killing people, you're just not seeing it. Show us some human interaction. This game does not do that. This game is just so boring when it comes to destruction element. You're destroying the same building over and over again, destroying the same generator over and over again, which is a big part of the destruction mode. In that mode, which is supposed to be the story mode, all you do is destroy generators, and then a kaiju shows up and you fight them, which I'll get to in a second, let me tell you. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that the destruction in a Godzilla game does not matter, which it totally does. I mean, come on, you're Godzilla. You want to destroy stuff, and you want to make it feel good when you destroy stuff, yes. But let me tell you, this game doesn't do it, but let's just say it doesn't matter. What really does matter is the Kaiju Battles. Oh man, the Kaiju Battles. You want to fight with Godzilla, or you want to fight with any of the other Kaijus from the past like 60 years of Godzilla films, like King Ghidorah, or Gigan, or Mechagodzilla, or I don't know, just tons and tons of Kaiju. Jet Jaguar, just tons. Mothra, just so many different amazing, iconic, freaking Kaiju you want to play as. But guess what? Going back to what I said at the beginning, the controls suck in this game. The way you move Godzilla and the other kaiju in this game is by using the left stick and pushing it up, which makes them go forward, which is fine, that's perfect. That's exactly what that button should be used for, okay, to make characters move. But if you want your character, your kaiju, to move left or right, pretty much steering them left or right, you use the L1 and R1 buttons, which I'm sorry, makes it feel like you are controlling a tank. Just use the freaking right analog stick. Perfect. What it is used here is to move the camera, which, okay, is cool to look around while you're moving forward. You can see the entire environment, all the buildings and stuff, which doesn't matter because they all look like crap anyway. But that's okay to move the camera around. but it just doesn't feel, it just feels like you're moving a tank. And what really puts the nail in the coffin for playing as these kaiju is how freaking slow their movement and attacks are. They are so freaking slow in this game that it drove me crazy because, man, moving Godzilla is so slow. Any character, especially Mothra in their larva stage, oh my god, screw that. Like, that was not fun. Like, it's just really slow. The controls themselves are very tank controlish, so it's like you're already moving a character that you don't usually move like this and this type of control scheme, so it's already weird. And it's very slow. When you're attacking, it's slow. You don't feel like you're hitting, you might as well be hitting a wall. It doesn't feel like you're hitting a kaiju, really. It doesn't feel like you're hitting another giant monster. There's no entertainment value in the actual kaiju battles. So you know what? Screw it. Who cares? There's other modes in this game. You can play online multiplayer with up to 3 people, so 3 kaijus fighting at the same time. Thing is that it's always lagging, and there's barely anybody to play with now because this game sucks. Also, it doesn't matter because the gameplay sucks. Who cares? The game is just not fun. It's not fun, especially when you get into the destruction mode, which I mentioned earlier, where the destruction mode is all about destroying the buildings and destroying the generators from the evil man, and you actually grow in size. Your Godzilla actually grows in size, which is a cool concept, but it doesn't really matter when the game just becomes so frustrating later on when they add freaking timed sequences, which I freaking hate in any game. Time sequences are terrible. You have 3 minutes to destroy the generators. Uh-oh, Mothra popped up. Fight them. Ooh, it's just terrible. I hate it. I don't like this game. I do not like this game whatsoever. There are a couple other modes. There's King of the Monsters mode, which is pretty much just a survival mode where you have to keep battling other freaking kaiju until you get to the end. And there's a diorama mode, which is kind of cool, where you can actually take pictures of Godzilla wrecking stuff and whatever. It's cool. It's a cool little addition. Then you got the evolution mode, which is actually the upgrade section where you can upgrade all your kaiju. And you can take them into the multiplayer and they'll be a little bit better and whatnot. It's just, it doesn't matter. The game is just not good. It's just, the multiplayer is laggy and no one's playing it. The story mode is terrible because it's frustrating, really frustrating. It's a slow game. The gameplay just doesn't feel good, destroying stuff and fighting other kaiju. I guess if I could end it with a positive, it would be that it is a nice love letter to the older Godzilla movies with tons of kaiju, even though a lot of them are just reskins of Godzilla and Mothra. Like, there's about like 5 or 6 different Godzillas in this. I shit you not. But there's a lot of kaiju. You get all the classics. They all do play differently and stuff. So if you do like the gameplay, there is a lot of kaiju in this game, and it might be worth a rental from GameFly, or maybe borrow it from a friend that was dumb enough to buy it. But like me, I'm dumb. So I mean, I just wouldn't recommend this as a purchase. Hell no. Especially for PS3, where you can't even play multiplayer. Screw that. Like, there's not even enough content in this game, even with multiplayer, for me to go, yeah, buy it. For maybe $10, maybe if you really, really love Godzilla, pick it up or just rent it. But besides that, it's just not a good game. It really isn't. It's a very, very bad game. It's actually pretty terrible. But yeah, there you go. That's my review of Godzilla the game. I hope you enjoyed it. And until next time, thank you and goodbye.